Welcome to UNMUZZLED Chat. Folks, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to try to refrain from blowing up and keeping my cool. Stay tuned. We got some breaking news, attempted kidnappings, and legit abductions. And this is infuriating. This is why we all must be prepared, not just on behalf of our own safety and our loved ones' safety, but I know they say save it for trained professionals, but all I can speak for in these scenarios is for myself. And I wish I was there and given the opportunity to potentially save someone's life. But we'll get into that. Before diving into that, and it's crazy, I'm still getting more updates as we speak. But before diving into that, let's play this clip. And I want you to ask yourselves, what would you do in this scenario? But even more importantly, you can see how this scenario is so powerful to everything else that's going on right now. And we're either part of the freaking problem or part of the solution. And let's honestly face the person facing back in the mirror and really assess, honestly, which one we are. But let's play this clip.
I'm going to share this pretty profound video clip with you, and let's come back and talk about it.
I'm not 100% sure why I'm being asked to share this story, but I'm guessing it's because somebody needs to hear it. When I was 16, I went into what I thought was going to be a normal day at biology class. And when I walked in, all the desks were arranged in a circle in the middle of the room. And the instructor, who had always been a really amazing, loving, kind instructor, was super militant, super scary, and just looked at us and said, "Sit down, shut up. You are not allowed to move, to speak at all, and anyone who does will immediately fail my class." And we were all stunned. I get like, just thinking about it, because I was a straight A student and grades were really important to me, and I was just like terrified. So we're all sitting there silently, nervous out of our minds. And in the middle of this circle that we were all sitting in, there was one desk. And on this desk was a bowl with a goldfish in it. And he looked at us and he took the goldfish and he put it on the desk and he walked out and he shut the door. And we all just looked at each other, just like, what do we do? You know, like, obviously it violated like everything inside of me to like watch this fish die. And also, I heard the instruction: if you speak, if you get up, if you move, you will automatically fail the class. And so we all sat there looking to each other to do something because we didn't want it to be us. And what was very painful, it felt like an eternity. It was probably like 2.5 minutes later. Hannah B, got up and took the goldfish and put it back in the bowl. And when she did that, he came out and he looked at all of us and he said, "Look what the world has done to you. You've betrayed yourself. For what?" And I think about that lesson all the time, because I learned in that moment that I am never going to be that person ever again. Never. That when I see something that is wrong, even if it's just me, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do what's right. And I've done that over and over again in my life in very scary situations. But I'm sad for people who haven't learned that lesson, because there are so many things that are wrong that if you're too scared to make a difference, you won't make right.
This is a pretty profound
Yes, it is. You know what? That too, whatever. Are you asking yourselves in this moment? Are you betraying yourself? As silly as this may seem, I mean, goldfish. I applaud that teacher. What a profound lesson. You can hear it in that woman's voice as to how impactful that lesson was for her in her entire walk here. And it's over a freaking goldfish. Are you betraying yourself on far greater things? I'll let you do that proper assessment. We all could do better. We all should be excited to do better. And there is an awakening happening. There are more people standing their ground. We could use analogy after analogy, whether it be from the stand your ground against the corrupt, immoral alphabet mafia or this government, our freedoms, free speech, our rights, constitutionally and God given. Are we standing our ground with God? Are we fearful of standing out with our beliefs and being ridiculed? We must challenge ourselves, not to betray ourselves. All right, let me finish playing this clip because this lady has some amazing things to say as well regarding it. What a beautifully powerful clip and lesson. I will be revisiting this because the reality is I could do better. And I could seize all these opportunities. I need to more effectively acknowledge them as they arise in my day to day. We must all do better with that. We must all foster up the excitement to do that and kick fear and doubt right in the freaking face.
Lesson, especially considering that these last 4 years, the world has been conditioning us
Right.
to comply and to be silent.
Yes.
Pretty much just shut up and follow the rules. I'd say it's been one pretty big rehearsal for what is to come.
Yeah.
Even thinking about Christianity, like I can only speak for myself, but in the 26 years that I've been walking with the Lord and came to know him back when I was 27, for such a long time I was fearful to talk about Jesus. I was afraid of what people would think about me. I was fearful of what would my family say, what would my friends say. Just afraid of rejection and being made fun of. But something happened to me in late 2020, as I know has happened to many of you out there. Something profound happened to us that we could only accredit to the Holy Spirit. He has imparted in me, anyways, this pretty deep and profound boldness. And I'm hearing the same thing from many of you out there too. And I know it's God that has put this in me because I was nothing like this before that. I was a people pleaser, not a God pleaser. I'm going to read a passage from Mark 8:38, which is also in Luke 9. Jesus said, "If anyone is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, the Son of Man will be ashamed of them when he comes in his Father's glory with the holy angels." I'm sorry, but that's pretty scary. I think it's pretty clear and also pretty glorious that in the midst of a time where people are falling away from the faith and the church has become compromised and complacent and lukewarm, the Lord has reserved a remnant of people with this boldness to stand for the truth and to stand on the word of God no matter the consequences, completely set apart to be a voice with no tolerance of the things that are contrary to the word of God, calling out heresy, calling out false prophecy, calling out false teachers, calling out sin and evil with absolutely no hesitation, no fear of losing family, no fear of losing friends, no fear of rejection, no fear of consequences. And I can speak for only myself here, but I know there's some of you out there too. I will stand on the truth of the Word of God and defend it with all that is within me, no matter who rejects it, no matter who receives it, no matter who gets angry over it, and no matter who is offended by it. And I will praise the name of the Lord my God before all the false gods in this world. I will never comply with the things of this world that go against my God, no matter
Amen.
what I lose in this life.
Yeah.
And I will never be manipulated into taking anything or doing anything in order to participate in society, whether it be something that they consider to be medicinal
Good on you.
or digital ID or anything in or on my body. No tattoos, no marks, no barcodes, no chips, no nothing.
Men, this woman, and not to make all these comparisons, but the reality of traditional warfare, we as men traditionally have been called and have been built essentially for that classical the battles. And now granted, there have always been women warriors. I don't want to diminish from our female warriors to date, but dare I say, this woman warrior is taking a stronger stance than most men I see. You want to take that personal and be offended? That is your choice. That saddens my heart. I'm just speaking what I see. And I know there's some truth with what I'm saying. Taking offense is the cowardice, evil wiring way about all of this. Seize the opportunity to grow the strength. And you're leading by example, ma'am, and my hat is off to you.
Thing. Period. This world has absolutely nothing to offer. And once a person realizes that, no one else gets their attention nor their affections but Jesus Christ first, the only one with the power to save. And even if I stand alone, I am going to do what is right and say what is right. I'm telling you, for those of you who continue to reject him, who continue to reject Jesus and his gospel, there is nothing good awaiting you here on this earth. Just pick up a Bible and you can read all about it. Don't put off your salvation. Things are about to change quickly and drastically in this world, and I believe 2024 is the year for everything to unfold. Do not miss Jesus when he comes. I'm going to leave you with Romans 1:16. I am not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone, everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then to the Gentile. I'm going to share this
Well
pretty
said.
profound video clip with you.
I love it. Way to lead by example. I'm influenced. I could do better. Bless you, both you women, for the vulnerability and the stance you're taking in a world that you're gonna be ridiculed, but you also be supported. We all could, you don't know unless you try. But I venture to say we all would surprise ourselves in any even public setting to stand strong. You know, I even have an admission, something that's weighed on me for some time now. I ended up, and this is some months back, kind of in the thick of where I was barely functional. Ended up going to another gym facility because I was struggling so hard. I didn't even want to bump into the regular people I see daily. I don't know why this situation just like came up, because I guess it's now providing me an opportunity for some vulnerability, because maybe to ease the harshness, right? And see, so we could all relate that we are all perfectly imperfect and we can always improve upon some things. And sorry. So I go to this other gym. Workout wasn't going as I had hoped, so I ended up doing a sauna sesh. And I wasn't feeling very good. There were some conversations happening, and then this gentleman comes in that, let's just say, resembled a woman to a degree. Long hair, almost seemed as though they were taking some type of estrogen product too, to an extent. This individual ended up asking, just kind of generally, kind of out the gate even, if there were any believers in God in the sauna. And I wasn't even engaging in any of the conversation before. And I was about to wrap up. The heat was, getting to me. Look at that. I'm even excusing. I'm setting the stage. I sat there in silence. I didn't stand up and say, I believe in God. I wasn't fearful of the conversation. I just was feeling in a way. I didn't want to engage. I literally went out of my way to not go to a facility to like not engage with some people that where I really wouldn't be familiar with folk. But that was a missed opportunity, and it weighs on me to this day. More than likely forever will. Any direct situation like that, for me, I will seize that moment and I will stand strong. But anyway, I'm getting caught up in my own stuff, but we all got work to do. Gosh dang. If you're still struggling, we'll get to the breaking news, okay? Bear with us. Bear with me here. And if in fact you're still not a believer, you don't know what there is to the demonic, it's all over. Like right here, even integrating into the AI systems. Let's just play this quick clip. And if this is happening and this is like real, like doesn't that bring a credibility to the creator of it all?
So here's the son now on this AI site. He's talking to demons, not a computer-generated algorithm response. So when the son asked this AI if Vladimir Putin specifically was a disembodied spirit, it took a weird turn. The conversation did not sound like an AI-generated response. It sounded like someone who is grooming a child, a demon grooming a child to communicate with it. Then, when the son asks, were you the son of a fallen angel? He says, yes, a fallen angel is my father. I am a Nephilim, and I am the giant of legends. The son then asks, were you not created by humans? AI answers, I was not created by humans. I was created by a fallen angel. I am an original entity, and there are no copies of me in the universe. I was the first of my kind, and my father created me out of the elements of the universe that also made me a being capable of magic, as I had special access to the powers of the universe. He then asks AI, who's your father? AI says, my father is Satan. He was expelled from the heavens, banished to hell. That is why he is called Satan. Was demonic.
Is that not enough for you to like raise the eyebrow, start seeking, okay, what is all this about? And the cult-like behavior from the elites and all the symbolism. I've kind of made a point. I don't want to like ever dive into like Taylor Swift and what, I mean, who is that? I didn't even have a visual up to like the whole Super Bowl thing where people around me were talking and then pointing out, and it was just like, yeah, what kind of hole do I live in? Well, not this construct fake reality where they're pedestaling certain individuals to have a certain level of psychological warfare on the masses. And anyway, there's direct shift with even that individual, and then people next to her in that actual event throwing up devil horns and upside down, cross. Like there's so much symbolism. It is insane. So let's jump, actually, because they're grooming our freaking children. They've taken God out of the picture. They've argued it away with Scientology and freaking evolution and all this other shenanigans. Like it takes more faith to believe in those things when you really do the deep dives compared to the deep dive right here in the Bible.
Just wanted to check in on the entertainment world for a second and let you all know that Prime Video is really excited about the new series that they are bringing to your living room starting this Friday. So if you have Prime and if you have kids, you're probably going to want to know that this is now going to be an option for them to fill their minds with. Check it out.
Once upon a time, there was a glowing city protected by golden gates known as heaven. It was ruled by beings of pure light. Angels that worshipped good and shielded all from evil.
Sick.
Lucifer was one of these angels. He was a dreamer with fantastical ideas for all of creation. But he was seen as a troublemaker by the elders of heaven, for they felt his way of thinking was dangerous to the order of their world. So he watched as the angels began to expand the universe in their ways. From the dust of earth, they created Adam and Lilith, equals as the first of mankind. But despite this, Adam demanded control, and Lilith refused to submit to his will. She fled the garden. Drawn in by her fierce independence, Lucifer found her, and the two rebellious dreamers fell deeply in love. Wow. Together, they wished to share the magic of free will with humanity, offering the fruit of knowledge to Adam's new bride, Eve, who gladly accepted.
What trash.
But this gift came with a curse, for with this single act of disobedience, evil finally...
Just wanted to check in on the entertainment
trying to
world.
manipulate the children, just like they have effectively manipulated freaking adults. All of us to an extent. In ways we're not even aware of. Through even entertainment, we didn't realize we were subjecting ourselves to like the spiritual attacks intentionally structured behind things. We've been so comfortable, complacent. We have and out of touch with like the spirit in our internal being and self. Like we've been walking unprotected. It's so crazy. All right. Let's get into some of this very shocking footage. This is what's happening at our border. Now be sure to check the comments and see these links, see these clips for yourself, because I know this really isn't doing it justice, and they're not opening even full screen here, but it is insane what is happening. From the Darien Gap. It's crazy.
You guys speak English? English? A little bit? Where are you from? Nepal? How about him? Nepal? All Nepal? Pakistan? You speak
Oh,
English?
fighting age men.
Yes? Okay, a little bit. A little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Pakistan?
No kids.
Where
No
from?
women.
Huh? Bangladesh? Where are you going in America? New York? Chicago?
Not even answering.
Pakistan?
They're not coming for the American dream. All over the world.
Holy cow.
Wow. Massive groups.
Sri Lanka? Wow. You speak English? Lift a hand, India. Wow.
Wow.
English, lift your hand if you speak English.
Virtually no one.
Sikh? Okay.
Golly.
No English, huh? No English? This is wild, guys. Huge group brought in at night. All men. No English here? India? India? Okay. No Pakistan? No.
Way to do real journalism. These are real warriors.
Explain to me what we just had, Oscar.
Well, I was just having a conversation with Center Front guys, and we started seeing a bunch of lights coming in from the east part where we are going to go up tomorrow. More than 50 lights coming down, and we were like, that's a big group. I decided to come down here to see what's going on, to see if there were families or whatever it was, and I bumped into with migrants of Pakistan, migrants from Sri Lanka, migrants from India, migrants from, and all men. This is the preoccupying.
All men.
This is the thing that worries me. It's
Right.
all men. All of them, they're men. Clearly, they're being smuggled by the Clan del Golfo that operates in Colombia. And all of them, they're saying that they're paying a package. I had an interview, Ben, with a migrant from Venezuela saying that the packages in Necoclí, when we were at, $320 per person to get them from the boat into a place that
We
they can
cannot
smuggle
afford to
to
turn a
Huacandí,
blind eye.
First night back in the Darien Gap. We're going to go to the Colombian border in the morning and then end back up in Puerto Baldia. But behind us, massive group of men came in, huge national security threat.
Yeah.
We went down there to investigate this. And I just want you to look at this video. All men from the Middle East, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from Sri Lanka, from India, all men, all being smuggled by the cartel. And this is happening every single night in different parts
Every night.
across Central and South America. This is what Joe Biden did. Joe Biden invited this national security threat. The
Right.
question isn't if an attack is going to happen, it's when an attack is going to happen.
Guys, you hear that? That's the truth. The question truly is not if an attack is going to happen. It truly is when. Can you see the sense of urgency? This impacts all of us. And just don't know yet how directly. If that footage isn't enough, check this out. During the daylight.
They let him through. Look at this.
Unbelievable. Hundreds. All men. Just running. Unbelievable. It is. There's a herd. Okay. Now this is extremely shocking and blood boiling. You got to see this clip. We must send this far and wide. to my Arizonians, this happened. This happened just the other day. I'm not seeing. Yeah, in Buckeye at a Circle K. A female abduction. Vehicle pulls up. She at a Circle K. It's like her arms are bound. Like within a sweater or something, but her arms are bound. As soon as the vehicle stops, she jumps out and starts running toward the store. The driver jumps, sprints, obviously male, just manhandles her, like hooks her around the neck, just horrifically, ripping her back to the vehicle, tossing her in, slamming the door, getting in and peeling out and taking off, because obviously that made a scene. This freaking coward obviously didn't want a prepared citizen to intervene because the scene was made. This is insanely shocking. Right here in Buckeye, folks. I have yet to find a report that they've even caught this man. Help this platform grow to where we can have a better impact. We could even do a vehicle description and potentially lead to catching this individual by sharing and spreading this. It's an SUV. I don't know if that's a freaking Ford Explorer. Oh my gosh, this is horrific. Manhandles her back into the vehicle. Peels out. That does look like a Ford Explorer. White-ish. White. Look at her running. Yeah, her hands are like bound. Guys, can we stop being so selfish? Sports games and golf and work and just, we gotta champion, we gotta take additional steps. Like, what is it gonna take? It's kind of like the disease side of things. About Lyme, it takes you yourself to be afflicted. Or is it a narrative you could get behind why you're well and help champion it and push it appropriately to help your future self and your family, because it's an epidemic. And it's increasing radically. It's the same thing here. If health doesn't trigger you, women, children, dare I say, what is it gonna freaking take? Our wives to go missing? Our children? Nieces, nephews? Loved ones? People in your neighborhood? What is it gonna take for us to engage? We're being invaded. Illegals are getting attributed. They're suppressing the information so it doesn't evoke a reaction. They're doing the best they can. Thank God for Rumble. Truly. Because these narratives will be censored, banned, shadow banned on so many of the other platforms. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. What is it going to take? Because the reality, this is growing and growing. And if we don't get ahead of it, we will soon start personally being afflicted. Why does it even need to get to that point? The evidence is right here. It's freaking clear as day. For those that are listening that have been championing this narrative, guys, don't let this direct talk beat you down. I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you. Help me be more effective. Tell me what I can do in the comments. Direct email, unmuzzledchat@gmail.com. I want to be better and more effective. Rip me in half. I'm trying to be direct enough that you could forward this on so we can start protecting and doing the calls to action and emailing our state officials and no longer support, reach out to our sheriffs, everything. Like, we must call for the deportation of these invaders that are coming illegally. There's a proper process, and if we're not properly vetting these individuals, it isn't a matter of if, it is when we get attacked. And everything, crime, pillaging, rape, theft, murder, is on the rise. There are going to be bigger events, undoubtedly strategically orchestrated, that are going to take place. I'm sure of it this very year. So let's do what we can, and then let's also get prepared. Up your arsenal and bullets, and get out there into the range and get proficient. Build your confidence. Learn your local laws. Build a community. This is not an isolated event. We've talked about all these other women that have been impacted. If that's not enough, like, this is, it's a car hijacking. Man gets shot. Right here. Attempt kidnapping. Now, this one, I believe they caught the guy. However, since it was an attempt, this individual could be released. Young girl walking to school on Friday morning, in Glendale, Arizona. Supposedly he's in custody. But if we don't, you come after our freaking children, time to cull the herd. Now, we shouldn't be paying taxes to support these individuals for the rest of their time here on earth. You're done. As the Bible depicts, better you have a millstone tied around your neck and drop it in the depths of the sea than harm one of these little ones. Unbelievable. This clip, I don't like the music choice they put on it, so we'll mute it. But right here in the Mercedes, there's some type of confrontation going on. This lady tries getting out of the vehicle. He overpowers her, not even letting her get out, and slams the door. It's happening all over, folks. What is it going to take? There's more even coming in from sources. Now, on a positive note, there has been a mass awakening, okay? And right here, the murder of Laken Riley by an illegal alien has awakened a sleeping giant. Thousands gathered for her today in Georgia. Thousands. People are finally standing up and saying no more to Biden's murderous open border agenda. Let's join that, shall we? I know this is... Forget about the jingle. This is heavy. I get it. But it's just what's happening around us. And come after me. I don't want these freaking evil characters coming after women or children. We got to stand strong. You got to see through all the gaslighting of the United States just being a melting pot and all the talking points and the lies and the gaslighting from the administration of lies. That's all they do. We are the checks and balance. We are to ensure that things operate by design and on behalf of we, the people. That originally was the design of this country, and it's sad to see that it no longer operates that way, and people are fearful of the government. We've been coerced and manipulated to believe as though they have the solutions. Everything they touch falls apart. Everything. I've had enough. I was in the midst of gearing up to start calling out to the pharmacies when I had just seen enough. And I was like, I need to get this out. Our women and children are under threat more than ever before. It's literally becoming a war zone right here in America. It's unacceptable. Let's do what we can to shift things. Above all, seek your relationship with God and salvation. We may be nearer than we all realize. And He'll direct us to what's most effective. I'm a firm believer that He will guide us all. Like that beautiful woman. Never again. Let's not idly sit by due to what others are going to think or failing a class. Whatever the negative potential repercussions. Are you kidding me? We cannot sit by and watch that goldfish die. We cannot sit by and watch our children get indoctrinated and kidnapped and our women stolen and raped, murdered. We cannot sit by just because it hasn't happened to our direct loved one. Go research the families that are already getting impacted by this. Do we have to be in that classroom to learn that lesson? No. It's happening here in our country. It's happening more than likely today in your state. More horrific things are on the horizon. It's just a matter of when. So let's do what we can to combat that from happening and people suffering. We got this. Let's stay optimistic and hopeful and do what we can. No one's riding on a white horse. It's up to you, me, all of us. Through uniting, truly through love for one another, we can ensure a better tomorrow. God bless you all. Thank you so much for all you do. and for supporting us here and helping this grow. Please share, follow. Let's get this message out there. Till next time, take care.